Good evening. It's time to another Pleasure Content Sharing Challenge. This evening will be a little bit late because I had the distinct pleasure of being asked to speak for the Global CXPA live feed, looking back on the year that's happened, the year ahead, the things that are happening around the world. And yeah, I was very pleased and excited to be invited to speak on that, which is absolutely fantastic. And what I want to talk to you today about is exactly that. What does that opportunity represent? What does it give you? Because a lot of the times people volunteer for positions potentially for the right reasons, for the wrong reasons. It all depends. But if I talk a little bit about what that gives you, maybe give you an idea to take the opportunity. And there's lots of different ways in which you can volunteer. There's lots of different ways in which you can raise your profile. We know a lot of these. We know a lot of these already. A lot of you know all these already. So what does that do? I mean, some of the things that I get involved in, obviously, volunteering for organisations like the Chamber of Commerce, like BNI, are great, because what that does is it allows you to talk to people, meet people, network, learn, grow your connections, grow your net worth by growing your network. There's other things that you can be doing. So on the left hand side, I write for some magazines which are specifically my target area. So Customer Experience Magazine, Modern Retail, Hospitality, and some others. But the one that really I think really makes a lot of difference for me and my particular area of interest was writing the books. Now I've written 7 books now in total. Some have been collaborations, some have been purely on my own. But in terms of writing a book, I've always thought that you don't write a book to make £1 million. You write a book to be able to confirm and to show your expertise on something. And that's the main reason why I think people should write books, because it also gives you a reason for people to come and talk to you, to find out about you and things like this. And the book writing has allowed me to put myself in front of organisations that I may not have been able to do that before. They've also helped me position myself as an expert in a certain area. And again, I'll say you don't write a book to make £1 million out of selling the books. You write a book to position yourself and to show off your expertise. And writing books or writing articles are equally difficult. They just take longer or short amounts of time, depending on which one you're doing. But it's something in which you can look to show your expertise and grow your expertise, and also grow your audience. Now, on today's event, where I was invited to speak, we had a number of people from around the world, senior people who were tuning in, and I've had so many new connection requests, which is fantastic. Because what those positions allow you to do is they are reasons for people to talk to you, or reasons for you to talk to people. They are reasons for people to become aware of you without you having to try and sell yourself to somebody, or without you having to do any kind of forceful marketing. And again, whether that's a volunteer position, or whether that's creating some content like an article, like a book, there are reasons why people can talk to you and get to know you. And the term that is a lot is growing thought leadership, sharing thought leadership. Having an idea or a concept or some experience or something in particular that you're an expert at, just because you have it and you maybe write about it on LinkedIn or Facebook or something, doesn't necessarily mean that people see it, because at the same time as you are doing this, you are competing against so many other people. But if you then got a bit of authority behind it, so again, that could be a position of responsibility, it could be a partnering of your brand with another brand like a magazine, it goes a long way further. And it also shows that often people who are in those positions of responsibility or writing those pieces of content, it shows a deeper level of understanding. It's not the fact that you've got one thought, it's the fact you've got a deeper level of thinking or understanding or knowledge or experience, whatever it is, because you're able to write something which is being published. And it's something I think, everyone should consider, because I think everybody has a lot of knowledge and experience in a particular area. We just often don't realize what that is. And where do you start with this? So positions of responsibility are always available to people. Importantly, you've got to do those positions of responsibility for the right reason. If you're taking on a position of responsibility for the sake of getting profile, then it will only be a short-term success, because what will happen is people realize that you're not actually there to take that organization forward or support the organization or anything else. And you've got to take on those positions of responsibilities for the right reasons. And the phrase I use in this instance is, do it for the cause, not the applause. And as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, people within those organizations will support you, and people within all the members of those organizations will respect and like what you're doing, and it will indirectly lead you to the right result that you want. In terms of if you wanted to do something on thought leadership, if you wanted to write about something, or if you wanted to share some insights about something, then the easiest place to start is potentially, writing a blog, doing a video, start on your own website, start on your own LinkedIn profile, start on your own Facebook page if you're doing videos or whatever you're doing. That's the easiest place to start. And then all you need to do is reach out to all these magazines or publications, because most of these organizations, whether they publish a physical book or whether they just produce content, they are content hungry, and they need contributors. They need people who can share something interesting, something relevant, and something important. So if you can show some examples of what you've written or what you've done and share those examples to those editors, then you'll actually be able to show them that you can write pieces, 400, 600, 800 words, and you can show that expertise and deeper level of knowledge because you've done it a few times. If you just turn up at one of these magazines and say, I'd like to write something, and I've got loads of experience, invariably the first thing they're going to say is, show me something you've written already. So if you've got nothing to show that you've written already, then it's a little bit more difficult. And taking this kind of approach has allowed me to obviously write for magazines, write the books, be invited to join the Forbes Business Council, and write for Forbes, which was great. But also things like the BBC. I mean, I've done several interviews on the BBC radio about Brexit, about Black Friday, about Asian business trading, and all sorts of things. So it allows you to get into that position because you can demonstrate your knowledge, expertise, and of course, I'll say the deeper knowledge and expertise. And again, if you are in a position that you're looking to grow your brand, looking to grow your business, if you are looking to, any of those things that you want to do, then being able to have a reason why people are going to get to find out about you and pay attention to you is really important. And as we go to Christmas, go to the lockdown, it's a bit of downtime. It is also a great opportunity for you to think, right, can I write a 400, 600, 800 word piece? Can I put it on my own blog? Can I put it on my own LinkedIn? And start from there and see where it goes. Of course, social media is social. So if you are going to try and write something on LinkedIn, which you want to have an impact, you want to show off some expertise, then do that. But if you start writing something which is quite clearly just buy me and buy my products, aren't I great, which is not giving any value to somebody, it's blatantly just a sales pitch, people soon grow tired of those and they don't hit the right mark. But what you've got to try and do is write something which adds value, that people want to read, that when after they have read it and paid attention to it, they've learned something, then that's going to be the kind of content that people really want to know. And think about it again, we talk about this all the time. Think about it from a customer's point of view. Aim your piece at a particular person. Aim your piece of content you're sharing at a particular person. If you're talking to everybody, then you're focusing on nobody. Instead, think about somebody that you're trying to share some knowledge or information to, make it pretty specific, and then what will happen is that you'll be speaking to that person on a one-to-one, on an intimate level, and it will be more effective and it will make more sense. And once you do that, you'll find that other people will be finding and reading and enjoying your content as well. So today's a very short one, just giving you the idea of over the next few weeks, if you find yourself a bit of time, you might want to start creating some content of your own to show off your expertise and knowledge, and position yourself as an expert in your to your audience and to your prospective customers and partners. And what I will say is, don't just think it's going to be written pieces. Obviously, some people love writing and reading. Some people love listening, and you've got videos and podcasts and all sorts of things. So your content doesn't have to be one-dimensional. It can be quite simply a piece of video or an audio, if you want to do a podcast or something, which people are consuming things in different ways. And it doesn't have to be one way. As I say, it can be anything you like. But the most important thing is it's got to be valuable to someone, because if it's valuable to someone, they'll read it and they'll want to listen out for the next one as well. Hope you enjoyed today. I look forward to seeing you again on the next 12 days of content sharing challenge. Remember, get involved. Use the hashtag 12DOC. The trick is being able to do it for 12 consecutive days. It's quite easy to do something for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, but 12 consecutive days is a challenge. That's going to get you into the habit of posting regular, and also get your audience into the habit of consuming your content regularly. Speak to you again. Take care.